Hey, Rachelle, thank you for coming onto Social Dream Machine. For those that don't know you, tell me about how you got into the creator economy and how you made your first dollar online.
Well, to be honest, it was very hard at the beginning, concerning that I came from a third world country. I'm not American or white.
Where do you come
It's
from?
very funny. I came from Lebanon. I'm half
Mm-hmm.
Lebanese and half American, but I lived all my life in Lebanon.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty hard because the chances were very low for someone who isn't an English speaker. My mother tongue is Arabic. My second language is English. No matter how good I was in it, it was always my second language for people.
I know that Jasmine Alec, is he from your country as well? Because I thought
Bosnia. No, no,
Bosnia,
he's from Bosnia.
he's from Bosnia, my bad. So he had mentioned something though about being from like a third world country, and then people saying that like you don't deserve to make this much money because
Yeah,
like
exactly.
yeah.
He wrote a post about it and saying that he kicked a lot of asses while winning because everyone just says it. I remember every client I worked with, they all told me, "But you're not a native English speaker." It really hurts at the beginning, but then again, you become immune into it.
Yeah, but you're a copywriter too, so you have to have a pretty advanced uh, language usage as well. So, how did you end up wanting to be a copywriter, and then how did you find out about LinkedIn? Is that where you're finding most of your clients?
Well, it is. It's 80% yes on LinkedIn, and 20% I have a lot of referrals as well.
How do you go about like pricing things too? Like, do you price things like in a package or like a one-off type thing, or like how do you look at like offers? I guess.
It's a very long thing that I used to do, but now I don't work with it like one price for all. It doesn't go like this. So I do a meeting with the client. I clearly hear what they have to say, what they want, because some clients would ask for a complete website copy and some clients ask for only a landing page. So you cannot take both prices for both. So I have to assess what they want, what they need, how much time it's going to take me, how much resources I'm going to put in this project, and then I price it. It's never a one size fits all.
How do you know like when something's priced right? If people are saying yes, or maybe if people are saying no too much, then you're kind of adjust. Like how do you know when you don't have any data? I guess I think that's like one of the hardest parts. Like when you're just trying to figure it out, especially with the complications. Like you said, like you're pricing in a different country, so like, and you're probably competing with people all over the world. So like, I guess when you were first starting out, was it kind of just guessing, or like just like good educated guesses, like what you would feel comfortable working for versus like what people were getting paid around you in your, I guess, local economy? Like, how did you figure that out?
As you know, my country has the biggest economy issues, and we are out of dollars, so we don't have any USDs here. The funny thing that when I started doing this, it was so stupid of me. I used to say yes to anyone, yes to everything. Because you're starting off, you have no money, you have no clients, you have no reputation. So I used to say yes to everyone, which was the worst idea. And sadly, this is how about 80% of freelancers do. Because they want to gain money, they want to gain reputation, they want to fill their portfolios. So this is what was very wrong. So I would have taken like 20 clients instead of taking only five. Right now, I'm very picky with my clients. I'm like really, really picky with whom I have to work with. I think for myself, I already have my name. I already know what I'm working with. I know I'm good enough to score with big clients. Right now, I'm super, super picky. I do not take just anyone. But I know sadly at the beginning, I used to do projects for $50.
You've also like, I know you could do anything as far as any sort of copywriting work goes, but it seems like maybe like you're pivoting maybe into like maybe just into like doing offers for people. I think, which was smart because it seems like the offer is like a
And
very
dangerous.
it's a very critical part of like the creator stack though, right? Like, and dangerous too, but I feel like that's such a key component of like being a creator is like, hey, what is your offer? And like, could you say it like in a sentence?
Yeah, but it's very dangerous, by the way, because you're always scared of missing something, of missing a high ticket client. So it's dangerous. But Lara Acosta mentioned on a post like a couple of months ago, like try to have only one solution, talk about one solution, and yeah, and try to solve only one problem. So don't get people confused. So I was, it's not for now. I was thinking for years, like I should niche down, but I was so scared, because copywriting is a very wide thing. Copywriting has a lot of things. And then I really, really fell in love with website copywriting and sales pages. But website copywriting, it's literally my first love. I really love how to do it. So this is how I reached down. And the funny thing, I was so scared. It was so dangerous, but it turned out like now I'm having even more clients.
Yeah, it's weird. I think probably because people understand that you're talking to them directly.
Yeah, because they say, you know what, this girl is really an expert in this copywriting niche. So why should I go to a copywriter who says that she knows everything, or I go to this girl who is just an expert in this?
No, it's funny because my friend Mo Choice, actually, I asked him something similar, and he said that there was like 1,500 people that went to the Flat World Conference. So like, no matter what it is that you're like gonna do, like there's always gonna be some weird maybe market for it potentially. So that's what's it's interesting is that I think that as creators we get scared, but at the end of the day, it's like we want to be everything to everyone so we don't miss anything. But then like it's just like being greedy. I think we miss.
It's very, very scary. People get really scared of missing on something. And it's not only for copywriting, it's for everyone.
Well, they want to be a menu. They want to be like, hey, like just in case, like we have all these different things just in case we want to satisfy your needs.
I can do it for you as well, but this is not clean, by the way. It's not healthy.
Let's talk about that then. Who is like your ICP? Like, and how, what did you? So at first it was just copywriting, like in general, and then it went into like
Yeah.
web pages or something. Or how's it evolved? Like, are you going after our creators? Are you going after coaches? Like, or
Also, you
nine
want
to
me to spill my
fivers?
secrets?
Well, you're not necessarily your secrets, but how you look at ICP in general.
My ICPs are scary as well because I'm going after the big fish. I only work with SaaS founders. I work with normal or service-based founders as well, but 90% are SaaS founders. So they are the biggest fish right now because every day you have like a new SaaS coming up. Every day you have a new AI app. So this is a lot going on. And recently now I'm working on a very important SaaS product as well. Of course, it's confidential, but I think it's going to be awesome. So so I'm really working with a big fish. So it's scary. I'm not gonna go talk to a coach and offer him. I don't want to like seem bad in this, but a coach cannot pay you like a SaaS founder.
Yeah, no, SaaS founders have a lot more money.
It's not a lot more money. It's because there's more value in the copy that I'm giving to them because they are trying to sell their product. They are not just selling a service.
Yeah, they're selling it many times too. Like they build it once and they sell it many times. I do feel like SaaS founders are not very good at writing though. Like they're not very, at least I found the ones that I've seen in the past because I've worked with a lot of SaaS companies and CEOs and founders, and usually they're not very good at like copywriting, and they're like very like they're very like into like facts and like date, or just into like what is it, bragging about like their product instead of actually like telling a story. And I feel like that's you know what's interesting too is as I've learned how to like write copy more over the years, like I've noticed like the importance of storytelling, like the posts that have stories in them.
It is important, but I have mixed feelings about this, to be honest.
Really, what's your feelings on it out of curiosity?
I don't think storytelling sells.
Out of curiosity, why do you think that?
There's the brothers on LinkedIn, the Radcliffe brothers. I really love both of them. They are really good at what they do. They're based their whole business is based on storytelling.
Right.
They say always that this is how they sell. Fine, they are selling, of course, but what they're selling LinkedIn or newsletters. LinkedIn or newsletters are based on storytelling. So of course they're gonna sell. And my idea, not all businesses can sell through storytelling. I mean, imagine you are like Clay, which is a very big company, like you're reading some story on it, and instead of reading pain points that they should address to their clients. I don't think it works like this. I think storytelling works, but not on everything.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the situation. For SaaS founders, I think that maybe their founding story, maybe like why they created the product.
Like if someone is selling an email platform, like pain points, like you don't want your copy to land in spam. This is why you should buy this software. Pain points are the most important thing in SaaS founders and SaaS companies, and unfortunately, 80% of SaaS websites have no pain points at all.
How do you find out what the pain points are? Do you interview the client, the customer, like a million clients, and then try to get as many testimonials as possible? Because that seems like obviously, if no one's using the product, you might have either a new product or a product market fit problem. But if like you have an existing product with like a lot of different customers as a SaaS founder, then you can just go interview all your customers and get social proof from them.
I know it's weird. The issue in SaaS products, 80% it's the copy. They like to get too tactical. They like to say we. I don't see anyone you.
I think that that was very common too. Like I used to work at a lot of technology companies, startups, and a lot of the times the pitch decks would be like, "Hey, we just got $200 million in funding. We just got 3 new offices and a ping pong table."
Yeah, you should see the landing page of some of products of SaaS
And people
products.
are like, "No one gives a shit like
You
about
know
any of this."
exactly. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you are. I only care about one thing. How can you help me?
Because they always say though to speak to benefits though too, and not features, right?
Exactly.
But I think the reason why story is important though is because you want to tap into people's emotions, right?
Yeah, of course, copywriting is tapping to people emotions, whether it's stories or not.
But what I think in general, though, is the reason why it works so is because people could see themselves. They call it like an identifiable character, right? They see themselves in that character. Like if they see themselves and like Rachelle, like when she first started learning how to copyright and being scared because she's from a different country and not learning how to earn, someone's going to see themselves in that story and it's going to be more impactful because they're like, oh, I really feel that because I feel that personally on a deep level.
Oh no, look, I'm not against it. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm against it. I use storytelling in my LinkedIn posts as well, but what I'm saying that storytelling is not a one size fits all. And I know there's a lot of people who can agree with me or disagree with me, but this is just my opinion and my experiences with the copies that I write. I mean, storytelling could be great with Twitter, uh, LinkedIn, newsletters. Of course, storytelling is perfect in newsletters.
Yeah, you're not against it. You're just kind of like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
I'm not against it, but I'm not with it to be using in every single copy.
Let's talk a little bit about like lead like copy and also like how long like how do you think how long should a post be on LinkedIn? Right, real long posts. Some even Mark Barker's posts are pretty long at times, and then some are very short.
Yeah, but it is Matt freaking Barker.
Yeah, no, I think that he's the man and he's a great writer.
To be honest, Jeremy, I'm not one. I'm not like the go-to person. You know, I would read long. I would read long. I don't mind if it's entertaining, if I'm learning from it. LinkedIn also prefers long format.
Obviously, a hook is very important in copy. Like, what do you try to do like when you're doing like a hook? As far as like, I actually read something with Matt the other day, and he was talking about specificity, like getting more and more specific with each like pass of the hook, and like getting like a time frame, a number, etc. How do you think about your hooks? Are you trying to like create juxtapositions of ideas potentially and then like see like, hey, like this idea has nothing to do with this idea, let me kind of see how I can mix this up type of thing? Or how do you look at hooks?
Well, to be honest, I do a lot of research. I don't copy or steal, but I do a lot of research of high level niches of people how they're writing because I discovered thing if you don't read too much on LinkedIn or you don't like check what's working, you're not going to make it. I believe that you should check what's working on LinkedIn, how people. But of course, don't use clickbait. For the love of God, it's 220. It's 2024. Don't use clickbaits.
Clickbait defining meaning that like you say something and you don't deliver on what you're saying.
Yeah. So my thing, what I do is I read a lot of posts. I save the ones that I really like. I analyze it. I try to see if it's good, if it's not. And if it's relevant to something that I'm talking about, I try to use it, but of course I do not copy it. I rewrite it a lot.
That's fair. You're just looking at a framework, really. At the end of the day, like how did this person set up like the post? What characters were involved? How long was it? Did the sentence vary?
Myself, I write long posts. I love long posts because if you are going to talk about an idea, you can never talk about it in a short form. You know, the idea won't be complete. And I hate these kind of people who they don't talk about the idea completely.
I know, like maybe in the beginning of your creator journey, for good reason, you might have had a little bit of a scarcity mindset because like you haven't made money before online either via like I'm pretty new at it, and it's just like this: is this real? Is this a scam? What the heck is this? Right? Everyone's telling you that like you're full of it, da 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 da. Like you seem like you're crazy because none of your friends understand what you're doing. So like at first you were taking like anything, and it seems like now like you've adjusted your mindset to maybe be more of like a like you realize that there's plenty of like opportunity out there, and it seems like your mentality towards money has changed. Like you value your time and yourself more. So can you talk a little bit can you talk a little bit about that and like how you have started to like look at your like, hey, it's not about like how much time I spend, it's like what value like I'm bringing to like your organization, that type of thing.
Now, at the beginning, as I said, I could have literally worked with anyone for just the sake of money. uh, because I help my family, I'll help myself as well. So what I only needed is there's money coming. This is what I only understood back then. But I remember after 2 years of me doing copywriting, of me only like getting paid 100 per month or 200. 200 was the biggest number I ever had, by the way. I remember one day reading an article of highest paid services are copywriters, and I was like, "What the hell?"
$200 for what, by the way? Out of curiosity, could you give a little more context to that?
A worth of example writing social media captions for the whole month. And when I read this article that copywriters are doing six figures, and it's really one of the highest paid service till now, I was shocked. I mean, I'm doing this shit for $200, and it's the most overpriced thing. So then this really changed my mindset. I started to do research and a lot of things. I would never back in the day, Jeremy, hire a client. Now I would fire a client. Now I would fire a client with a heartbeat.
I think it's smart to have boundaries because there are some clients that are difficult to work with.
You know, recently I had this client. She wanted to micromanage me in every second. So I went and told her, if you really know what you do, why the hell would you hire me? I mean, really. And the money was really good, Jeremy. And then I told her, I prefer my sanity. I'm sorry, but we cannot work together. Back in the day, I would die, go to the hospital, and I would never fire her.
That's actually a very uncomfortable conversation. Could you walk me through how you did that? Because I feel like I would struggle with that as well.
I know I'm someone who has a lot of patience, by the way. I do not say sorry, like go to someone easily. She would like micromanage me a lot. If I have an idea, she would remove the idea. I put a plan, she removed the plan. So once I told her, okay, so this is how you're going to make money. If I wrote this website like this, if you're not going to go with it, you're not gonna make money, and then you're gonna come to me and told me, Rachelle, I'm not making money. It's your fault. This is what will happen. You and me will both know it.
Could you say that? Were you that blunt?
Yeah, yeah, I was really blunt. I told her this. I told her, if you don't do this, you're not gonna make money. And in 2, 3 months, you're gonna come and tell me, Rachel, I'm not making money. I'm gonna say it's your fault. It's not my fault. And then again, she tried to change. So I called her. I told her, look, you've been really nice and sweet, but this can't happen anymore. We are not working together. And she was shocked. She was like, no, please, let us like talk more. And I told her, I really cannot. I mean, it's not working, it happens. Like I might not work with any client. I'm not someone who can work with everyone.
No, it's sometimes it has to happen. Yeah, it's good for your mental health. And then what about like when do you actually bring up money during the conversation and like how do you do it? Like do you find out or how does your sales process look? Do you like get on a call with this person or is it just straight DMs or is it like and like is there a bunch of calls or is it just like one call, here's the price?
Straightforward. I'm not someone who goes around the bushes.
You just go directly
You
in there
know
and
me,
say, hey.
I don't go around the bushes. I'm very straightforward.
You just walk straight up to them and say, hey, it'll be
It,
five
it
bucks,
will be a 5K.
10K.
No, but I'm sensitive to money. And I'm really sensitive. I go with, first I ask this, what's your budget for this project?
Right.
I never told them head on, I want 5K from you, or 6K, or 10, or 2, or 1. I never say this. I begin by asking, what's your budget for this project? If I saw that their budget is very low, I tell them that I'm sorry, I cannot like work with this, or else I can do only a landing page, and then we can work together. But if their budget is high or it's like next to my numbers, I go ahead and tell them, okay, well, this is gonna cost you one, two, three, and I take a 50% down payment.
I feel like it's smart to do the 50% down, and most people are okay with that, or like as far as business process that things go, because these are things that we need to learn as creators.
I used to be very shy of asking people like 50% down payment. I used to be really shy. But then again, no, why? I mean, I'm working with someone new I don't know. You know, Jeremy, he might be like a scam. Something off might happen. So why won't I ask for 50%? You know, and if they cancel, I don't return the 50%. I'm very honest. If I cancel like this girl, I would return everything.
Did you have anxiety out of curiosity when you were first saying, hey, I want to start charging this 50%? Were you overthinking it at first and now it's kind of just normal? Because I tend to do that with like new business processes. I kind of tend to be like, oh, like I'm worried about, that scarcity mindset. I'm worried that maybe someone's going to say no.
Yeah, no, we should not worry about it anymore at all. I mean, it's our right, because you could be working with someone who is a scammer. You never know.
Now that you've been a creator for a while, like how do you look at offers? I'm sure that it's changing constantly in your mind. Like you're constantly thinking, how could I develop and repackage a new offer? So how are you doing that? Are you studying offers of other creatives and then being like, hey, I like what you did there?
There's a girl I really, really like her and her work. She's a website copywriter as well. She's not on LinkedIn, she's on Instagram. I really love to read what she posts. I go around, and she recently changed her offer as well. So I read a lot of her offer. I always read offers. I try to figure out, because my main thing that I always say, you should have one main offer and you should have a secondary offer. You know, like try to be smart. One and two. Like my main offer is website copywriting. My second offer are sales pages, because everyone wants sales pages. This thing that it's always here. I always read offers. Recently, I read Luke Matthews' offer.
Does he have like a digital like AI course or something?
Yeah, I was thinking of purchasing it, to be honest, because let's be very clear, AI can help us a lot nowadays.
Is it under $100 or is it over $100?
No, it's around 250, but he's so sweet. He says that if you are from a country who has like economic issues or stuff, I can do a discount for you.
Apparently Justin Walsh wrote about that a while back ago. I think he had something like that too, but yeah, I don't. So he's also like not to change the subject or anything, but it's interesting like how like some of these creators have just blown up. But my last question for you is, since you've been studying offers and you're a copywriter and you like language, what do you think makes like a good offer? Like, and does it need like a guarantee in it? And some people say there's a guarantee in it, regardless if you say it or not.
The best offer, I think, not only like you get your money if you don't have clients. This offer now I'm reading a lot. I used to do it as well, you know. But the only guarantee that I really like is I will keep working with you and I will keep editing your copy until it start brings you clients. This is I love it. It's because you are like their support team. Because I have uh, a friend. She's not on LinkedIn. She does this. She's a marketer, by the way. She does WhatsApp support. Like if a client want to ask a question and they don't want, not everyone can pay 100K for one question, 100 sorry dollars for one question. So she did this WhatsApp support so she can help them. So I was trying to think of doing something like this because I didn't see anyone doing it for copywriters something like this. So I think this would be really good for like keeping them feeling safe all the time. That I'm always here to fix something, to help you with your copy, because if you just write and leave, you're not gonna get any good testimonials. You're not gonna get any referrals. People are going to say that you only do your thing and you leave and you don't come back. You don't ask like how's your work. And I ask a lot of my clients that I've already worked with them. I always send them emails. How's the business going? How's the product going? I always ask them. So this is very important.
Where do people follow you on LinkedIn if they want to follow your writing?
Thank you. Of course, they can follow me on LinkedIn, and I'm having a new newsletter right now coming up that talks only about SaaS copy editing and copywriting. So hopefully, it's going to be a new big thing. And I have my new website coming.
Oh, very cool. And then
Yeah.
can they find the newsletter and website on LinkedIn?
Right now, like give me 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You know, when you do this thing, you become very picky. So I'm very picky with the website right now.
That's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good to be that way. Well, I appreciate your time, Rachelle. Thanks.
No, thank you for having me, and thank you a lot, Jeremy.
Yeah, it was fun.